Picture this. You just spent 45 minutes chopping, roasting, and plating a healthy meal. You set it down, and immediately the plate is pushed away. Your child screams, refuses to look at it, and demands chicken nuggets. When this happens, it is easy to fall into a predictable cycle. The old-school authoritarian approach forces them to sit there until their plate is clean. The other extreme is becoming a personal chef who whips up a separate batch of mac and cheese just to keep the peace. If this happens in your house, you are with the 50% of parents currently dealing with a picky eater. Fixing this requires 3 things tonight: a planned family meal, one known safe food, and the willingness to set aside your old table rules. By the end of this video, I will give you an exact framework and the specific one safe food rule that ends the mealtime power struggle. We are going to solve this without searching for a magical kid-friendly recipe. Instead, we are going to neutralize the power dynamics at your table. Let's look at this from your child's perspective. Eating is one of the only biological functions a young child has absolute physical control over. You cannot force them to swallow. Because they control this space, applying pressure creates immediate friction. When we use bribes, issue threats, or demand they just take 3 more bites, we introduce high stakes to the one thing they actually govern. Look at this anatomical diagram of a child's nervous system. When their brain detects pressure as a threat, alarm bells ring. That threat floods their system with cortisol. As stress travels from the brain to the stomach, the digestive system shuts down. This brings us to a crucial biological fact. Cortisol, and the resulting fight or flight state, physically suppresses a child's appetite. This is a biological response. In a high-stress environment, the body receives a signal that eating isn't safe, leading to physical rejection of the food. Turning the dinner table into a high-pressure zone ensures they won't eat. To get their appetite back, we have to make the table a nervous system safe zone. To build that safe zone, we rely on a concept called the division of responsibility. It splits mealtime into 2 clear roles: structure and warmth. Structure is the parent's job. You hold the boundary of deciding exactly what is for dinner, when dinner is served, and where the family eats it. This means the kitchen is not a 24/7 restaurant. You have to stop making secondary meals just to keep the peace. The menu is set. Warmth is the child's job. Within your structure, they have autonomy to decide if they are going to eat the provided meal and how much they will eat. Your behavior at the table must reflect this shift. Stop hovering and stop staring at them while they chew. Regulate your own anxiety by focusing on your own meal and casually talking about your day. By moving your focus away from your child's mouth and onto the environment, you remove the friction that sparks the power struggle. Now that we know the roles, let's put this into practice with a specific plating requirement, the one safe food rule. Every single time you serve a meal, you must include at least one item on the plate you know your child likes. It could be a piece of bread and butter or a side of fruit, right next to the chicken and green beans. The first time you try this, they will test the new boundary. They may look at the plate, declare they don't want it, and start to scream. When the meltdown starts, you diffuse it without anger. You use this exact script. You don't have to eat it if you aren't hungry, but this is what is on the menu tonight, and the kitchen closes after this. If they eat the safe bread and ask to be excused, you say nothing. You simply let them leave the table. While dinner of plain bread seems like failure, you held a boundary without a fight. Replacing the cycle of conflict with a predictable routine is the real objective here. You might worry that your child will starve if they only eat bread for a night. You can let that fear go. Over the course of a week, a healthy child's body will naturally regulate its intake. They will not let themselves go hungry. As the pressure at the table drops, their nervous system learns that mealtime is safe. Once the threat is gone, their curiosity and their appetite will organically return to the plate. If this strategy gave you a sigh of relief, hit the subscribe button so you never miss another parenting scenario. And tell me in the comments, what is the strangest food combination your child currently loves? Let's laugh about it together. You are a great parent doing a hard job. I promise you, they will not go off to college eating only chicken nuggets. See you next week.